My name is Brendan O'Connor, and I'm going to be reflecting or give my thoughts on Tuesday, week 1 of Lent. Today's readings really focus on meaningful prayer and meaningful speech, and I feel like those two can really be connected a lot, especially when you walk into church today. A lot of people I find, including myself, we will tend to sleepwalk through the prayers that are said at Mass. And like I said, I'm guilty of this too. And at the same time, I feel like we kind of try to sleepwalk through other situations in life. For example, on my way over here, I saw some people that I knew, and I just said a generic "Hi, how are you?" And I really, that was really the end of the conversation. I can't even say that I'm sorry that I'm saying this, but sometimes I just don't care that exactly how people are. It's just more of a courtesy thing that we do. And one of my favorite comedians of all time, Ellen DeGeneres, comments on this. She says, we walk up to someone and we say, "How are you?" When she says, we don't mean it. We just say it out of courtesy, and we expect a one-word answer. If we're asked that question, we give them a one-word answer, and then we just move on with our lives. And it's unfortunate that we're so busy nowadays that we can't give more than just a simple one-word answer. We really need to just give that one-word answer and then just move on, like I said. And it's kind of like the same thing with God, I feel. Like when we profess the faith at a church, it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't really believe it, or seem to think that they believe it. They just kind of go through it all, go through the motions, because if they don't, they'll feel awkward and out of place. And it's unfortunate because it's really a beautiful prayer, and especially with the New Roman translation. It's just a beautiful thing to say, and we unfortunately, and again I do this myself, we take it for granted, and it's unfortunate because a lot of people in the early church were persecuted for professing this very thing, yet we take it so much for granted that we don't even pay much attention to it. And this is really a challenge that we're posed during the Lenten season, and we need to develop some sort of meaningful prayer relationship with God. When we profess the Our Father, do we simply say it rapid fire, or do we actually think about what we're saying? And St. Teresa of Avila has a great book with each chapter on a little sentence in the Our Father explaining the true significance and meaning of each phrase. So in closing, I just want to say that there are 1,440 minutes in a day, somewhere around there. And, can we not afford, are our lives so busy that we cannot afford 5 to 10 minutes out of that day to reflect on the readings of the day, or just simply to pray in the quietness of our hearts? I feel that in doing this, we can develop a greater relationship with God that can last throughout Lent and also throughout the entire church year.